There are days when we feel like an absolute failure. It's a normal feeling when things don't go exactly as planned, or when the result of your struggles are not yet visible. When this emotion comes, it is almost impossible to think of yourself as a successful individual. Well, even though success has significantly been categorized with money and fame alone, there are also several signs that we're overlooking that can let us know that we're more successful than we could have ever guessed. In this video, I will share with you 9 signs that show that you are already successful. 1. You seek to help others. In his book, Give and Take, A Revolutionary Approach to Success, Adam Grant says, "The more I help out, the more successful I become. But I measure success in what it has done for the people around me. That is the real accolade." Success is not just about building your reputation or amassing so much wealth for yourself. It is about giving your best without holding back, doing the best you can to change someone's life. According to Edgar Clare, more success is attributed to those who contribute value to others than those seeking their glory. When you look into the life of many notable successes in the world today, you will find out that the solutions they create solve global problems. The difference between an entrepreneur and a businessman is that the vision of an entrepreneur is to add value to mankind, whereas the businessman just wants to get money to cater for his family. That is why entrepreneurs tend to be more successful. If your goal in life is not just to be wealthy but to be a person who adds value to people's lives, then you are on the verge of success. 2. You are open-minded. The law of attraction is one of the most essential principles of the universe. Being open-minded is incredibly useful when you're working with the law of attraction because it allows you to take the leap and start believing that it is possible to approach life in a whole new way. While open-minded people are always ready to learn from others, those who are closed-minded have fixed mindsets and are more likely to make myopic statements rather than ask intelligent questions. One of the attributes of highly successful people is that they are always open to see things from various angles. American composer and musician Frank Zappa once said, "A mind is like a parachute. It doesn't work if it is not open." Hence, if you are an open-minded individual, it is comfortable to say that you are already successful. 3. You value your time and the time of others. Russian writer Leo Tolstoy once wrote, "The 2 most powerful warriors are patience and time. If there's one thing every successful person knows better than to do, it's wasting resources, especially time." A successful person does not only value his time, but also has respect for other people's time. The adage, "the early bird catches the worm," is one principle that successful individuals adopt. If you have built the habit of waking up early, not agreeing to appointments you can't keep, and going first for the ones you fix, then you are already a successful person. 4. You're disciplined. Self-discipline is like the background for success. It is the ability to control your impulses, emotions, reactions, and behavior. Discipline allows you to forego short-term gratification in favor of long-term gain. Many people who fail in activities today do not lack intelligence. Neither do they lack the resources needed to succeed. However, they are short in the very crucial aspect of life, self-discipline. You may have everything you need to succeed. Without discipline, you will end up wasting them. Little wonder, late American actress Helen Hayes remarked, "Everybody starts at the top and then has the problem of staying there." Lasting accomplishment, however, is still achieved through a long, slow climb and self-discipline. Possessing self-discipline does not only mean you're successful, but it also shows that you're capable enough to handle success. 5. You have a plan. Do you know the difference between a wish and a goal? An intention is a dream without a plan, whereas a goal is a dream with a plan. Everyone wishes, but only successful people make plans. Successful people do not just make wishes, they set goals. Not having a plan is like embarking on a journey without preparation. Success does not come from uncoordinated movements. It is a result of structures and long-term planning. If you have a life goal as well as a framework to follow to achieve the goal, then you are pretty successful. The old saying, "The person who fails to plan, plans to fail," still holds even till today. 6. You don't blame others. You will never become who you want to be if you keep blaming everyone for who you are now. If billionaire American host Oprah Winfrey kept blaming her parents for the challenges she faced when growing up, she probably would not have been where she is today. Helen Keller would not have left her name in the book of history as the first deaf-blind person to earn a Bachelor of Arts degree if she blamed the Creator for her unfortunate situation. Oracle founder and former CEO Larry Ellison would not be worth $61.8 billion if all he did was complain about how bad his environment was. Blame passing has become a common trait among the youth of this generation. They spend so much energy condemning the government and justifying their illicit practices, instead of channeling the energy towards making a better life for themselves. Pointing accusing fingers is an easy thing to do. Thus, if you can stand out of the blame game, you are already successful. 7. You have successful friends. Booker T. Washington once said, "Associate yourself with people of good quality, for it is better to be alone than to be in bad company." Do a quick reflection. Evaluate your 5 closest friends and come up with an average. Are your friends up, down, or sideways from you? Maybe you don't know, but new research has proven that you are not only the average of the 5 people you surround with, but you are the average of all the people who surround you, including those you have not met. Researchers Chris Tekis and Fowler found that if your friend smokes, you are 61% more likely to be a smoker yourself. Likewise, if a friend of your friend smokes, you are still 29% more likely to smoke. Likewise, if a friend of your friend is happy, you are 6% more likely to be satisfied. The kind of friends you have can define how your life will be. Thus, if you are surrounded by successful people, you are most likely to be motivated to become successful as well. 8. You are positive-minded. In one study, Martin Seligman measured the degree to which insurance salespeople were optimistic or pessimistic in their work, including whether they attributed failed sales to personal deficits beyond their control or circumstances they could improve with effort. Optimistic salespeople sold 37% more policies than pessimists, who were twice as likely to leave the company during their first year of employment. When you think about something that makes you happy, your brain releases endorphins, which gives you a generalized feeling of well-being. As a result, you develop a positive attitude and energy that is necessary for success. So if a half glass of water is given to you, do you say, "This glass is half filled," or "It is half empty"? If your thought is the first, then you are a grateful and positive-minded person who is already successful. 9. You observe mindfulness. Have you ever noticed anyone who is a brilliant and talented person, but who hasn't found success yet? Well, the reason for the delay in progress could be because the person's mind isn't functioning optimally. Mindfulness is a shift from being our thinking, being that blabbing voice in our heads, to being aware of our thinking. This subtle inner shift allows us to see our thinking objectively, to understand our emotions objectively, and to have a better awareness of what we are doing. Vietnamese monk Thich Nhat Hanh once asserted, with mindfulness, you can establish yourself in the present to touch the wonders of life that are available in that moment. Ordinarily, just being conscious of thoughts might seem like an easy thing to do. However, it is not as easy as you sound. And if you are among the few who can develop the habit, then you are already successful. Often, you are too busy in life fighting fires. So much so that rather than appreciate the virtuous habits that you have developed over time, you drag yourself down with other people's achievements. Learn to understand your journey.